So you're thinking of moving to Savannah, Georgia? Well, this video is for you. Today we're going to answer one of the questions that I get all the time, which is when I'm coming to visit Savannah, what should I plan for? What should I expect? If this is your first time visiting our channel, welcome. If you want to know everything there is to know about Savannah, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know what's going on in the Savannah market. I'm Jen Parmalee with Cozy Realty Group. Every day we get calls from people just like you, so whether you're moving here in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out to us. All of our contact information is in the description box below. We'd love to help make your move to Savannah an easy one. So we do recommend that you come for at least a weekend. If you can come for a little bit longer, like maybe 5 days, that would even be better. There is an awful lot to see, but we do understand, everybody's busy and you might have a tight timeline. So if you are seriously thinking about moving here, we definitely recommend a visit first. That way you at least have an idea of what the area is like. That way there's not any crazy surprises when you do come here. Sometimes we realize that's not always possible depending on what your situation is, but if you are able to plan a visit first, we highly recommend it. All right, so this video is more geared to those who are still in the exploratory phase. So, maybe you're not completely sure that you want to be in Savannah yet and you're just trying to explore your options, or maybe your timeline is kind of a ways out still. So this video is more focused on people in that situation or in those situations. But if you know that you're moving to Savannah, maybe you're military and you're PCSing here, or maybe you got a job here and you need to start pretty quickly, just reach out to us right away. We'll help to expedite that whole process for you. And if you have specific deadlines that you need to meet, we'll make sure that you meet those. So we'll help with all of that. Okay, so we're gonna talk about my 6 recommendations of what to plan for and what to expect. So number 1, book a chat with me. I would love to get to know you a little bit better. I would love for you to tell me a little bit about yourself and your needs and your situation. And that way I can really maybe help you hone in on what areas you want to focus on when you come here, based on what your needs are and what your priorities are. Also, you are invited to coffee with me when you come into town. So would love to get a chance to meet you face to face and have that personal connection. So number 2, don't be a tourist. So when you're on vacation and when you're living here, that's 2 totally different worlds. And sometimes people get those confused. So I'm not saying don't do any of the touristy stuff, because obviously that's fun and you want to experience that too. Definitely make sure you go to historic downtown and at least explore that area. But don't just focus on all touristy things. I would highly recommend thinking about what your day-to-day life is going to look like here, and from a practical standpoint, maybe driving your commute from wherever you're going to be working to some of the neighborhoods that you're considering. Or if you have friends and family here, or you have hobbies that you really like you want to be at the golf course or the marina a lot, just make those drives from the areas that you're thinking of, those neighborhoods that you've kind of picked out, and just see what that's like. Maybe even drive different times of the day too, because you can go in the evening, you could go during rush hour and get a feel for how that traffic is going to look, especially if your commute is every day. So number 3, so unfortunately at this point, we're not going to be able to book showings for you. And that's just because these homes are open for tours for people who are seriously considering buying them. And so it's going to be against my, code of ethics as a realtor to bring you into people's personal homes when we don't even know if you really want to move here yet. So just be prepared for that. But that brings me to number 4, which is feel free to visit open houses. So those are open to the public. Anybody can go, as long as you're respectful of their personal property. And those are going to be on the weekends. So if that's something that you want to do, make sure that you plan to hit a weekend. And number 5, So put lots of miles on that rental car. You are going to want to drive around all the areas that you might be considering. And, before you come, we might be able to narrow that down significantly, but it just depends on really what you're looking for. So most people are going to have, their list on Zillow or Realtor.com of their favorited homes. And I'd recommend just picking some of those and driving to the address and then drive around that neighborhood. See what that looks like, because the pictures might look great and you might really like that style of house that's in that neighborhood. But, you want to look at how the neighbors are taking care of their yard and their property. Is it close to a busy street? Is there traffic noise? There's so many different things that you can't tell until you are physically there. So I definitely recommend driving around those neighborhoods. And like I said before, even maybe during different times of the day, so you get an idea of what that looks like. And then number 6, so feel free to book a follow-up trip. So there is absolutely no shame in feeling like you need to come for more than one visit to decide if you want to move somewhere. So if you're, a little bit on the fence, or you maybe want to see it in a different season. So our summers are a little bit humid here, so maybe you want to come visit during the summer to see what that looks like. Or maybe you want to be somewhere where the winters are really warm and you want to come in the winter and see what our mild winters look like. So no shame at all in booking a follow-up trip. Even if you want to come several times, we can definitely do that. So I think that about covers everything that you need to know to plan and what to expect when visiting. If you have any other questions, or you think of something that you want to know ahead of time, just put it in the comments below, or feel free to text or email me too. I would love to answer your questions. And as always, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that right now. And until next time, I hope to see you guys around town.